Let's take our first call of the morning from California, Republican line. Joe Biden, should he run for president? Jed is on the line. Good morning.
Yes, I feel as though Obama is not doing a good enough job, that dirty socialist motherfucking piece of shit.
Stephanie, Roselle Park, New Jersey, independent line. .gov, a short delay announced. Covington, Maryland, Democrats line. Xander, hello.
Mainly, I'm a small guy, so due to the health issues that are involved with that.
Is cost a concern?
Yeah, obviously, I have a small cock. I have a tiny penis.
Taylor?
I read an article about this recently. It was titled Dream Eskimo. I'm sure you can find it on whatever. It's just Dream Eskimo. But they were sort of talking about this different stuff, and I'm sure that this will be on YouTube because fuck you.
Tom from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Democrats line.
Boy, we sure are getting the cranks out there this morning. Sorry to hear that.
In Jed is calling from Virginia. Which city is that in Virginia, Jed?
Asselwoman.
All right.
Yes,
About Rick Santorum's Google problem. I'm not going to go into it because, obviously. But, in Saturday Night Live, for example, Saturday Night Live had had Rick Santorum in one of those homosexual clubs. Like he was a guy who just loved to have a dildo looped up and shoved.
Okay, we're going to stop you at that point, and we'll go next to this caricature.
but if you look at somebody like Howard Stern.
Yeah, we're listening, Jack. Oh, we lost you, Jack. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can call back in.
I think they fight for the right not to vote because all politicians are cunt bags. Fucking cunt bags.
Okay, well, I apologize for that. Unfortunate on a day like today.
On the computer, how do you read it?
I read the paper at home. Yeah, it comes to my door.
That's Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Jed, up next. Hannondale, Florida. Jed, good morning.
Yes, I'm from Atlanta originally, and so I like to read the Atlanta Journal-Constitution online. And it was very good for me when the snowstorm hit because I could keep in touch with my family. And the only thing is, it's quite distracting sometimes. It's quite distracting because you got all the other tabs and various shit going on and zombie midget porn and
Joyce is up next.
There have been some rumors going around about a man named Darian Campo. I'm not completely sure who he is, but people are saying that he lost the game on TV and also my balls.
We'll go to Tom next, and I apologize for that call in Oregon.
Hello?
Hey, Wayne, you're on with Nancy Hook.
Hello?
Wayne, are you able to hear us? If not, we'll put you on hold. We'll try to come back to you in just a minute.
Shit. They lost me. Fuck.
All right, next up is Chris in Memphis, Tennessee, on our line for Denver.
If the government would get out of the way, maybe we could get everybody working again.
I think that is...
For Republicans. Jed, good morning.
Oh, hello. I feel as though the women should be at home and making sandwiches and pushing out babies and having their period. And
All right. We'll try to have a constructive conversation. Let's go to Mason.
Passed on to the next grade because these schools were underfunded. The teachers were underpaid because my father was a teacher, so I experienced that. And I have a great issue with this. I have a big issue with this. I have a big understanding of this. I also have a very big cock.
That's the last call we'll take on this topic. Coming up, the president of Americans for Tax Reform.
I feel more as though the Tea Party represents us with their platform of, essentially saying no rights for anyone. No, none at all. None.
Why do you say that, Carl?
Because they suck ass.
All right, well, we'll leave it there.
Cash from Al-Qaeda Central, and I suspect that's the position today, even more so, because they control more territory.
Thomas in Houston, Texas, Republican line. Thanks for holding. You're on with Michael Gordon of the New York Times.
Penises everywhere.
All right. We're going to move on to Mike.
Hello. I was wondering how you managed to screen the calls for the
hotline because it seems impossible to me to be able to verify whether there's an actual threat or not. I mean, for example, it's impossible for screeners to evaluate whether there are prank calls on here. Fuck.
I apologize for that prank call coming in.
We're saying the same thing. Stay out. The American people want the economy back. The Iraqi people want the occupation to be over. And they've made themselves perfectly clear that they are a very anti-American sentiment. And they have told me on several occasions, my Iraqi friends have told me, stay out, you imperialist motherfuckers.
Let's go to an article now from the Washington.
And I think it's time for white men to start standing up because there's all kinds of groups for other races. And I think it's time for white pride. We have built this country.
Caucus, which is racist, and the Black Panthers, which are racist. And you look at interracial crime statistics, you will see that blacks commit 80% of the interracial crimes against white people. As far as somebody called in and said we had a lot of Mexicans in this country at one time, and now we should, I think we should keep the illegals and send the blacks back to Africa where you all belong. Thank you.
Coming up on the Washington Journal.
Crimea rejoining Russia. The Zionist neocon Jews are behind all of this.
It does not work. If Central Planning worked, we would have lost the Cold War and we'd all be speaking Russian right now. We got to get the government out of everything. Everything the government sticks their nose in, they can complete a disaster of. A bunch of worthless bureaucrats up in D.C. are going to fix healthcare. They're the ones responsible for screwing it up to begin with. And as far as Barack Obama goes, we need to impeach this socialist son of a bitch and hang him by a rope as far as I'm concerned.
All right, let's move on. Mike, Houston, Texas.
Yes, and I wanted to ask you said earlier around 47 million Americans use food stamps, right? You said?
The figure was 47 million received as of April 2013, yeah.
And I was wondering how many were around, like, clam niggers?
Freddie, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, it's just because of laws like this. Well, for many different reasons. I'm completely against Barack Obama at this point. I voted for him, and it's because of acts like this that I will not be voting for him in the future. And which is totally amazing is watching the program so far since it started this morning. It's just the 5 minutes I've been watching it. I just shot a load. It's amazing.
Okay, we'll move on.
He wagged the dog, or remember that movie about Vietnam? That's what it reminded me of. But
Diana, do you think there hasn't been enough media attention on this? Obviously, it's leading a lot of the papers this morning after that vote yesterday.
So that's